Hi there, and welcome to the NPC Corner, where I pretend to say something intelligent, and then you all get to reply and tell me what a gosh darn noob I am. Seeing how many people seem to enjoy the Persona 3 vs 4 video, I decided to have another battle of the best games, except this time with Mother 2 and 3. I think we can all agree that Mother 1 is the worst of the Mother trilogy. It's not a bad game by any means, but the two sequels are what brought it further. However, Mother 2, or Earthbound, and Mother 3 are two of the greatest RPGs ever released in my opinion, and I'm forcing all of us to make another Sophie's Choice here. Choose between your children. Both games had great humor, had some of the most original and captivating final boss fights, and they're just two of my favorite RPGs, no, not even RPGs, titles of all time. Who really cares which one is better? Play both. But, just for fun, the question is, which is the better game? Mother 2 or 3? And why? Let's delve straight into a comparison. Let's start with gameplay. First of all, Mother 2 feels way longer than Mother 3. And although I would never say that longer is better unless we're talking about subs, Mother 2 feels like a better paced game, with a relatively straightforward kind of progression and pretty good pacing. You got your 8 melodies, go to 8 dungeons, and you're done. In contrast, Mother 3 is broken up into chapters, and the chapters are all pretty strange lengths, ranging from minutes to hours. Mother 2 had PK Teleport, which makes life easier, and PK Teleport would have returned in Mother 3, but it was removed, possibly due to the fact that there were only, 2 towns in the game, and because the player could run and use vehicles like the Pork Bean or the Saturn Table, so PK Teleport became less useful. Mother 2 has the instant win, where you automatically squish weak enemies, but Mother 3 dropped that, which doesn't make much sense to me. Mother 2 also had some pretty annoying things, because it could be a where the hell do I go kind of game in a lot of the times. For example, knowing that you have to beat Frankie and Annette, and a lot of the times the game feels like trial and error. Example, that motherfucking valley you have to go through when you're trying to save Paula. Honestly, those trees... Also, I don't like the clunky menu system, but that kind of plagues both the games. You have to walk all the way to the hospital to revive/cure a special status ailment if you don't have an item for it in Earthbound, while Mother 3 fixed this by having hotels that pretty much cured everything. Mother 2 had the Monkey's Cave, which was assy, especially the music, and Mother 3 had that underwater segment, which was very unsettling. There was only one movement speed in Mother 2, no run button like Mother 3, and forget the bike in Earthbound, I never used that. But that bike song though! So in general, gameplay has its pros and cons in each game, so I have to really call this one a tie. Let's get into more depth, maybe we'll find an answer. For battles, both games are very similar, except that Mother 3 adds rhythm additional damage, which shakes things up from Earthbound and really improved combat in my opinion. What's more debatable is your party configuration. In Earthbound, you have 4 set members with distinct strengths and weaknesses, and you have a bigger cast in Mother 3 with more unique characters. On one hand, Earthbound lets you focus on 4 characters, while Mother 3 you have to keep track of a lot more, so it kinda depends on preference. Geez, you know what? The same goes for the music and graphics. They're pretty much on par with each other. Ugh, this is already getting too long. This is supposed to be your opinion, so let's get into the defining point that differentiates these games, the story and characters. Really, Mother 2 and 3 are telling very different tales in different ways. Earthbound is your personal journey. You have these 4 characters who don't have too much dialogue between them because you, the player, fill in the gaps. You take the place of Ness, you take pictures, you interpret the world around you, you see the world in its insanity. It's pretty much all you. I initially didn't like how the characters of Earthbound don't interact with each other enough, but the more I think about it, Earthbound is about your experiences, your own story. Kinda like Pokemon. The actual story of Earthbound is slightly cliche with the prophecy and saving the world plot and some other absurd things, but that was kind of the point. Earthbound isn't about the final goal, it's about a nostalgic journey with your friends. Conversely, Mother 3 has dynamic, very detailed characters who interact with each other constantly. You're also not really trying to save the world, just your hometown. And this title likes to mix the personal with a grander scale. Not that Earthbound didn't try to go for bigger themes, but it just didn't do it as overtly or as well as Mother 3. Mother 3 is a story about the dangers of conformity, industrialization, and technology versus nature, all being a very touching personal story about loss and redemption. That's why the progression is kind of different. In Earthbound, you have your 8 straight dungeons, you beat them, you save the world, but in Mother 3, it kind of throws you for a loop. You don't really know what's going to happen next, you don't really have a set progression. It's like a story, it's a narrative, it's supposed to be like that. And unlike Mother 2, Mother 3 sets out to tell a serious story. Well, as serious as the Mother series can be, and it basically just goes beyond the personal. My point is that Mother 2 and 3 are telling different stories, but objectively, Mother 3's story is more elaborate, carefully constructed, and more significant. But does that mean it's better? I'm not exactly sure. See, maybe the fact that Mother 3 built off the battle system and several aspects of Earthbound means that I should be calling Mother 3 the better game, but I really can't get off the fence about this one. You guys all gotta help me out. So get out your cracked baseball bats and try to smash this one out of the park. Objectively, which is better, Mother 2 or 3, and why? Keep it classy in the discussion, guys. Thanks for watching.